The year is 1800. The biting wind of the Carpathian Mountains whips around our carriage as it rattles along a treacherous, moonlit path. I'm Alara, and alongside me are my brother, Thomas, and our old friend, Professor Alistair Finch. We're on our way to the remote village of Borgo Pass, drawn by Alistair's obsession with local folklore. He carries a worn leather-bound book filled with tales of the Strugoi, the restless dead who are said to haunt these lands. Thomas scoffs at the stories, calling them peasant superstitions, but I can't shake the chill that has settled deep in my bones. As we approach the village, a single light flickers from the window of a dilapidated inn. The air grows heavy, thick with the scent of pine and something else, something coppery and unsettling. The innkeeper, a man with eyes that hold 1,000 fears, greets us with a trembling hand. He warns us not to travel after dark, his voice a hoarse whisper. He speaks of a nobleman, a count who resides in the looming castle that shadows the entire valley. A castle no villager dares to approach. Alistair's eyes gleam with excitement, convinced this is the source of the legends. That night, my sleep is plagued by nightmares. I dream of shadows with crimson eyes, and a thirst that can never be quenched. I wake with a gasp, my heart pounding against my ribs. In the morning, we find Thomas's room empty. His window is wide open, letting in the frigid mountain air. There's no note, no sign of a struggle, just an eerie silence. Panic begins to set in. Alistair, however, seems almost energized by the mystery. He points towards the castle on the hill, his fingers steady despite the gravity of the situation. He's there, Alistair says, his voice a low, determined hum. The Count has him. Ignoring the innkeeper's frantic pleas, we decide to venture to the castle. The path is overgrown, winding through a forest of skeletal trees that seem to claw at the sky. The castle gates, wrought iron twisted into monstrous shapes, creak open as if expecting us. Inside, the grandeur is decaying. Cobwebs hang like ghostly chandeliers, and dust motes dance in the thin shafts of light piercing the gloom. A man appears at the top of a grand staircase. He's tall, impossibly elegant, with a smile that doesn't reach his piercing, dark eyes. He introduces himself as Count Valerius. He speaks of Thomas as a guest, one who arrived in the night, feeling unwell. His words are smooth as silk, but they do little to calm the storm raging inside me. The Count invites us to stay until Thomas recovers. We are led to opulent rooms, but the luxury feels like a cage. As days turn into nights, the castle reveals its true nature. We never see a single servant. Food appears as if by magic, and we never, ever see the Count during the daylight hours. Alistair spends his time poring over his book, cross-referencing the legends with the castle's architecture. He discovers hidden symbols, passages that speak of an ancient curse and an undying lineage. I, meanwhile, am haunted by the Count's presence. He engages me in conversation, his knowledge of art and history seemingly endless, but his gaze always lingers on my neck, making my skin crawl. One evening, I find a hidden door behind a tapestry in the library. It leads down a spiral staircase into the cold, damp catacombs. The air is thick with the smell of earth and decay. There, in a crypt, I find a row of coffins. My blood runs cold as I lift the lid of one. Inside lies Thomas, pale as marble with 2 small puncture marks on his neck. He is not dead, but not truly alive either. He is in a trance-like state. At that moment, I hear a voice behind me, a voice as cold as the tomb itself. Curiosity is a dangerous thing, my dearie Laura. It's the Count. His charming facade has vanished, replaced by a predatory hunger. His eyes glow with a faint red light. Suddenly, Alistair appears, holding a silver cross and a sharpened wooden stake. He had followed me. Back, foul creature, he bellows, his academic demeanor replaced by that of a seasoned hunter. The Count hisses, recoiling from the cross. A desperate fight begins. Alistair is surprisingly agile, using his knowledge from the old book to fend off the vampire. I grab a heavy iron candelabra and swing with all my might, striking the Count and giving Alistair the opening he needs. With a final desperate lunge, he drives the stake through the creature's heart. The Count lets out an unearthly shriek, his body crumbling to dust before our eyes. As the dust settles, a faint groan comes from the coffin. Thomas begins to stir, the color slowly returning to his face. We managed to save him, but as we fled that cursed castle and the sun began to rise over the mountains, I knew a part of us would forever be lost in the shadows of Transylvania. Thanks for watching, and do you don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment, or follow for more folklore legends.